Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can S-double-E, cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can S-T-O-P. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully. Put in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like I'm fasting, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a ward, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on fours, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they wanna give them more, when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 4th down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just wanna see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we can to get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they call respect. We don't care who the best, we don't worry who was next. We gon' put the boys to rest like a temper feet of bed. I'm ahead of the rest like I came without a net. They gon' say it under breath, I'ma say it with my chest. I got it wrapped like a toga, put the whole team on my shoulders. Hold up, wake these boys up, call me Folger, soldier. Flow feeling colder, some call it polar. You don't wanna box me, I'm feeling cocky. Hair stocky, leave him floppy, face naughty. Talking all aki, think he big poppy, then I'll chop him down like karate. I see none of you here can stop me. It's obvious, you too sloppy, cheap copy. I'm Rocky, leave his eyes all glossy, but in the end zone is where you can spot when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Bigger, better, petty, don't matter. Far as the teller, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should've been to prison. Don't boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. Say, what you talking? Talking that's funky. It's about my face, wearing that monkey. Not that might give you life advice. Get some money. It's the paper power pastor, burning rubber faster than a call NASCAR. My solo knows that I am not a passer. I will not after any of you fever blistered. I'm the man now, ain't I?
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff. And when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't. But also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 17-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A couple of veterans, Wilson to Sutton there for the Bronco first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. The Broncos at 3-6 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They go play action with Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And in this drive, 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 20. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Carr going to throw. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, Carr. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. Touchdown! Hunter Renfrow, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Wilson.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 41.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson.
Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards to pick up there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately. And you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it. But it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Jenkins running left. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bonito. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Chandler Jones in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. McManus's point after is good. And That makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This defense, 3 interceptions now. And, Charles, obviously that one for the pick six. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after it, partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question, and neither is another pick six.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
What now?
Now Carr to try again after the pick six. Quickly a slant to Renfro. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Carr. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. To throw his Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Wilson out to his left. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Throwing after the interception. Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It's funny, throughout the time field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
734. Hey, 734.
Throwing now is Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. To throw, it's Carr. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Down. OP.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Carr will look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Raiders take over 1st down 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Albert O, 46 yards. And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Touchdown Raiders. Devontae Adams, 75 yards. And the Raiders get a bit closer. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Award that tackle for loss to the linebacker, Denzel Perryman. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run it again with Williams. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he will have the Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes, they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time, he uses quickness to make a play.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. That's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And that is no good. And this will remain an 18-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Carr now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Carr. He hits Adams complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Carr going to throw. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Carr to throw again. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. He's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down. Shotgun now for Carr. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Raiders have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Throwing his Carr. And they're going to get the two-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball on a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
4th down. Here's Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And it's complete to Adams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
This duo locked in, 14 yards. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Here's Carr. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Denver, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they will hit the road next week.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules.